Hey everybody, Kenton here with the Learning to Hunt podcast, and today we're going to do a case study on a series of video clips I got from a trail camera that I had. These all take place the morning of November 26th, 2019, and they really kind of showcase what can happen during the rut. Now in episode 10 of the podcast, I actually went through and described kind of what the rut is, but here is some visual evidence of what we were actually talking about then. So first off, let's set the scene. This is kind of a classic funnel type area. So this is where different travel routes come together. So it's a really good spot to see a lot of deer movement. So we have trails located here, here, and here. Now it's important to understand that trails don't really happen randomly. There's a reason these trails are here. This trail leads to bedding cover. Both of these trails lead to bedding cover. This trail leads to a food source that's a little bit further away, and this direction leads to one that's closer to this area. So we're really in a good spot between all these areas where does are feeding and bedding and bucks are looking for those does. So we'll roll the video and we'll start at 8:42 in the morning with buck number one. He is simply just running around. He's trying to find where these does are. He's coming from the food source towards a bedding area. This is a common situation of a buck just trying to look for where the does are. A minute later, buck number two comes through. Now he's coming from the same food source that buck number one came from, but you notice he's going to the other bedding area. Again, really common that bucks are just out looking for does at this time. Now we can jump ahead 8 minutes and see exactly why the bucks are running around. Buck number three is now looking at one of the does, and she is being followed by buck number four, who, as you can see, is a nice big buck. And it's pretty evident that the doe is in estrus because she isn't running from the buck. She is ready to be bred. We can also see another buck in the background, buck number five. And if you'll notice, the big buck, number four, and the doe, look at how hard they're breathing. I mean, they're both just trying to catch their breath because they've been running around all morning long. Then, a minute later, bucks 3, 4, and 5 are still in view, but the big one follows the doe. So he's trying to find a place where he can breed that doe without having to worry about fending off all the other bucks. He doesn't want those other bucks around when he's vulnerable breeding the doe. A couple minutes later, we see buck number three trying to figure out where that doe went, and buck number five still in the background. finally, we get a good look at buck number 5 as he slobbers all over the place because he is so worked up trying to get at that doe. And in the background, we see another buck, number 6, slowly working his way towards the action. So if you were in this area on that morning, I mean, it would be something you wouldn't likely forget anytime soon. Getting to see that natural behavior of deer and having them run all over the place is something that's truly special to witness. But you can only really see it if you're out there. As nice as this video is, it's not the same thing as being out there in person. So I'll encourage everybody to get out there next year, get in the woods. You might just find yourself in the middle of all the action. Thanks for watching.